Micah Widman says, what kind of vest would you recommend to go with my Nordic Heritage kilt? Nordic Heritage? Hey, that's that new really cool Scandinavian tartan that just came out.
Well, damn, who offers that, Eric?
I think that little company in Pennsylvania called USA Kilts.
I think I've heard of them.
The originators and purveyors of the Nordic Heritage tartan.
Indeed.
A little bias in favor of it, obviously. Anyway, they're going to wear it for a wedding. Not a formal wedding. So anyway, they're thinking of like a light gray tweed, but they don't know enough about tweed to know if that's a good choice. Ideally, they would like it to be something they can use for future outfits also, if they want that flexibility.
Sure.
So, Nordic Heritage tartan.
Nordic Heritage tartan. Mostly gray and blue, for the record. You don't need to only wear a color tweed that is in the kilt, but you can. So, for something that's very, very versatile, there's gray in the kilt, so obviously a gray tweed will match chef's kiss perfectly. But you don't have to always do that. It's like the brown tweed that you have on now. If you're wearing a Nordic Heritage or any tartan really, and you wanted to wear a brown tweed vest, I might suggest getting brown hose to kind of balance you out top and bottom. But this could work very well with that tartan or really any tartan. You don't have to be matchy-matchy. That's the American thing, that we feel this need, this desire, this pull to be matchy-matchy all the time. I feel it myself. But you don't have to. It's all about how you accessorize it and how you put the outfit together overall. If you are scared or if you're not used to pairing different colors together that aren't in the tartan, then yes, gray is a very, very safe option. It's a very smart option as well.
Yeah.
Thoughts?
Well, I think, for that tartan, I'd say there's grays, there's some gray blue flecked tweeds. Micah is local, so they have the option of coming in and looking through the books. But there's some tweeds out there that have some nice colored flecks put it in the weave, which makes them even more versatile. So that can be nice. But charcoal and gray is always an easy go-to. There's no harm, no foul. You always get away with it. But if you want to go a little more something a little more exciting, but still be able to use it with some other tartans, I would say some of the blue, like the Loman blue, might be nice. Am I thinking of the Loman blue or the darker one? Which one's the
darker one's the Loman blue?
That
yes.
is the Loman. I like the Loman personally.
I like it. I don't know if I'd wear it with Nordic because the ice blue that's in it.
That's true. That might be too much.
It might be okay. It would really depend on how it tones with that particular one.
What's that? Howdenberry or there's a red one that we both like. It's like this red and rust combination, which is really cool. I think that would go well with it. That'd actually look really sharp. Hey, I should do. I have that. I should wear that.
There you go.
Golly. I mean, you don't have to be perfectly color matchy, and sometimes you can just kind of like, you go with the accessories and let the kilt be its own thing. Like when I decided to wear this vest today, I was more thinking about, like brown hose and the brown sporran. It's not a bad match for this tartan, honestly. I went off the reservation a bit with the tie. It's not a great match for the tartan, but it's close enough, and it's Irish knotwork. Honestly, that's why I was wearing it, because it's Book of Kells. But I think you can look at other colors besides gray. I don't recall what other tartans you have in your collection, but anything that has some red in it or has some blue in it, one of the reds.
No, but if they're looking for versatility specifically,
then you gotta go neutral.
Grays and browns are going to be the most neutral. Are going to be able to tone well with the most things or not compete with the most tartans.
Tans.
So, and I know that Micah has a lot of different tartans. So that, grays and browns and tans, tans are in the brown family. So those are going to be easy. If you go to a blue or a green or something that is a specific color base, or it may fight with some of your tartans, not all of them. So grays are great for versatility. Browns are great for versatility. Not all colors will do that.
The other thing would be, just because something's gray doesn't mean it has to be boring. You can find something that has a slight window pane effect or has a herringbone pattern, especially herringbone, which can make it look interesting So you don't have to assume it's like, oh, it's a boring gray. There's actually a lot of really interesting patterns besides the color factor.
Yes, but now and I agree, and I'm a big fan of the window pane,
I'm a huge fan of herringbone,
kind of tweeds. Yes,
yeah.
But if you have a herringbone with a pink, or not herringbone, excuse me, a window pane with a pink, like gray with a pink, it wouldn't necessarily go well with a red, or wouldn't go well with it might fight a little bit with other things.
Yeah.
But if you went with a charcoal window pane on a mid-gray tweed, that would go great with almost everything.
True.
I had one of those for a long time. So, yeah, you just got to play with it and look. There's not quite as many tweeds as there are tartans, but there's a lot of different tweeds. So I'd say look for different tweeds that you like, find the tweed that you like, and then kind of see what it would work with in your wardrobe.
Yeah, two other points I just thought of. I forgot what I was going to say.
I had 2 points. Now we're down to 1. Let's see if we've forgotten that one.
Let's go up to 1.5, What was I going to say? God bless America. What was I thinking? Oh, yeah. Vests are not the cheapest accessory, but they're also not the most expensive. So you can get a tweed vest from us, at least. I'm not sure about other suppliers, but around 120
120, 150, somewhere in there.
Yeah, somewhere in there, bucks. So you may decide you just have more than one over the years, 2 or 3 is really nice to have, I think. And if you want to be more versatile, I would recommend doing metal buttons, like antique pewter buttons, as opposed to antler or, I'd never do chrome with tweed, but I wouldn't necessarily do the antler because it'll feel a little nicer for evening. Not formal evening, but going out evening.
A little dressier.
If you have metal buttons as opposed to antler, so I consider either the black or the antique pewter for the buttons.
I will throw this out there as well.
Okay.
If you have now, I know that they have multiple kilts. So if you have more than one kilt in the wardrobe, then I would say buy one tweed vest that's going to match your nicest or your favorite kilt, and then buy others that can be more versatile. So maybe if you have a beautiful, your Nordic Heritage, if that's your favorite tartan and that's the one you're going to wear for formal, for the wedding, for everything else that you're going to have to go out and get dressed up in, then find a particular tweed that will match that one perfectly, and then get some generic-y gray ones or whatever, or generic tan or brown ones that are going to match the other ones good enough. But focus on the best one, and then have some fun ones to play around with for other things that might also go well with the Nordic Heritage or your favorite one.
Yeah, I would say don't let the practicality stop you if you fall in love with a tweed and how it looks with that tartan, especially for a wedding.
Yeah. Indeed.
Don't let practicality be the enemy of the good.
Yes. Or perfection. Both of them.
Yup.
Those damn peas.
Cool.
Okay.
All right.
Cheers.
We are trying to think of something pithy to say about tweeds.
Turns out we're not that smart. We're that insightful. We pretty much gave all of our good stuff away in the video.
Yeah. So basically, try something simple. Get swatches if you're not sure, or if you're within range of driving to us, we would love to help you out in person.
Indeed.
Yep.